You frequently hear children say, I don't know what my mother wanted, or we didn't talk about it because the older generation is uncomfortable.
That's right.
And then the kids are left to make very serious decisions and they feel uncertain.
Right.
And that's,
Right.
you know, that's not kind to the children.
That's right. And then another simple thing is looking at the legal documents that people have prepared, such as their will and their power of attorney and their living will, but also making sure that there's a checklist or a form filled out, which we have. I can show you a sample of one if I may.
Sure.
It's called What I Own and Where, and it gives the family and or your power of attorney and or your executor an idea of what documents you have, where your financial statements are located, and it helps your power of attorney in the event of illness or your executor upon your death locate where everything is, such as the original will, marriage certificates, birth certificates, the title to your car if you still own one, if you have securities, stocks and bonds and bank accounts. Are they in your apartment? Are they in a safe deposit box? Or are the assets held by someone else, such as your financial advisor? Something as simple as if you have a safe deposit box, where are the keys located?
Right.
Because if your executor can't find the keys and the bank has to drill the box, that can cost a few $100s. And the delay of time of waiting for the bank to get a locksmith to come in and drill the box. So something as simple as that. So what you own and where it's located, that little questionnaire can save your executor or your power of attorney countless hours by just having it held in a safe place, a convenient place, so that people that have to be involved in your affairs know what to do and when to do it.
And quite honestly, many of us here at Seabrook don't know where all those documents are today. We need to take time to locate those things so that we can fill out the form, so that we can help our family later on.
Exactly. Something is we tend to forget, are there life insurance benefits from your employer? If you worked for, if you were a school teacher or worked for some state or federal agency, there might be death benefits due to your heirs. If you have an IRA or a 401k, you may have people designated as beneficiaries and there are tax advantages to having done that. And a whole host of things that come up. You may have sold your home and maybe someone is paying you on a mortgage, or you may have sold the business and maybe somebody is paying you a mortgage. Maybe you took back a mortgage. So what are those payments and where do they come from?
Right.
And is there anything still owed?
And where is all the documentation?
And where are all the documents, exactly. I always like to remind our clients that it's easier to prevent a fire than having to put one out. So people ask us all the time, if they move, for example, to Seabrook from another place, whether it's they lived in Wall or Point Pleasant Borough or Brick, or if they came from Bayonne like I did, and please don't hold that against me, do their legal documents have to be changed? And when their documents were signed, such as their will, was their will properly signed,
And
witnessed, and notarized?
Right.
And if it was, it's self-proving, which means the executor may not have to look for those witnesses. That's one simple start. But it's still a good idea to review your legal documents on an average of every 3 to 5 years, because life is constantly changing, our family relationships are changing, for the reasons I stated earlier. And last but not least, unfortunately, Uncle Sam is constantly changing the tax laws as we approach this fiscal cliff. The federal exemptions right now are literally $5,120,000. Next year, if Congress does nothing, which is about where they're at, the exemption may go back down to $1 million. Now, not everybody listening to today's broadcast may have that problem, but those that do, and we were talking earlier before we went on the air about winning the Powerball, what if I told you that if Congress doesn't maintain the liberal tax exemptions we have now, any estate over $1 million could conceivably be subject to a federal estate tax of as high as 55%. That's enough of a reason to make sure your affairs are in order.
Right.
And people still have time, if they're so inclined and they can afford to make some tax-free gifts and take advantage of the current liberal exemptions we have. And of course, gift giving and tax planning isn't something, as your accountant will tell you, you don't wait to April 15th to do it. Charitable giving is another way of saving taxes, and we have clients that live right here in Seabrook Village who have set up charitable trust to get tax relief now that helps them and saves their estate's taxes, and also can help their family members as well.
Right.